To celebrate the return of MLB Best Ball, we're giving away $50 cash. To enter, all you need to do is like this video, subscribe to the LineStar YouTube channel, and comment below the video. One lucky winner will be randomly selected from the comments and announced on our next Underdog Fantasy Best Ball show. But wait, there's more. By liking and commenting on all 11 of our Best Ball videos, you're automatically entered in to win a $250 grand prize. The winner of the grand prize will be announced on our final Best Ball show of the season on March 29th. Good luck, let's go win some money. Welcome to the On Deck Podcast, presented by LineStar, your 5 fantasy baseball fades for Underdog Fantasy's Best Ball Draft. Alongside Tyler Wiemann, I'm Shannon Sommerville. Tyler, we are 22 days away from the start of baseball season. Can't wait for that. World Baseball Classic kicked off yesterday. It's going on right now. USA playing tomorrow. Man, baseball is here.
It's a good time. I'm excited.
If you don't already have the Underdog app, make sure to download it and use the promo code LineStar for up to $100 of your first deposit match. Get in to the Best Ball activities, the festivities. If you don't know what Best Ball is, we have a video that explains exactly what it is, so make sure to check that out. It's just a great way to play fantasy baseball without the hassle of changing lineups every week throughout the season, which, as we know, the season is long. It can get a little tedious there. So Underdog Fantasy Best Ball solves that problem. All you have to do is draft, and you just kind of sit back and
all the
let
fun,
the
none of the
points
work.
Compile. Exactly. So make sure to download the Underdog Fantasy app if you don't have it already. So on today's show, we're going to go over 5 players who we think you should fade, or at least stay away from where they're currently being drafted in the format for Best Ball right now.
I think he's a bust.
And we'll talk through a little bit of that. $100,000 is on the line. Tyler, yes. I know you've already banked your $100,000 for the week, but what's another $100,000 for Best Ball? That's what the winner of Best Ball will receive at the end of the season.
6 months when the winners pay out, I would like another $100K.
So $100,000, to put that into fast food terms, Tyler, that is 35,714 In-N-Out cheeseburgers.
I don't need that.
For me, that's 20,618 Shake Shack burgers, because I'm a Shake Shack girl.
Boy.
You know, I'm an East Coaster. They are a little bit more expensive. They're worth the extra couple bucks, though, let me tell you.
Worth the extra
and if you're a Chipotle person, that is 51,282 servings of guac.
That's a lot of guac.
That's a lot of guac.
Hey, I never asked you. Yeah. You like guacamole?
So that's what is up for grabs this Best Ball season. So make sure to check that out. We also have to announce a winner from last week's contest. Throughout the next couple of weeks, we'll be coming out with Underdog Fantasy Best Ball content. In every video, we will be awarding one randomly selected commenter $50 based on the previous video's contest. And so last video, we had a Best Ball draft. And the winning commenter is Travis Cox. Congratulations, you win $50. If you would like to be a winner like Travis, make sure to comment on this video. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel as well. You're automatically entered in. One randomly selected commenter will win $50, which we will announce on the next Best Ball video. But for now, let's get to today's topic, and that is fantasy baseball fades. When we're looking at a lot of these drafts, some of these players are going a lot higher than they should be, Tyler.
And I like a lot of these players, which hurts me that we're going to have to talk about them in the light that we're going to.
Right. Sometimes you just have to say, no, I can't pull the trigger at this draft position. And that is the case with the first 2 guys we're going to be talking about, which we're going to start with some pitchers. And the first is Rays righty Tyler Glasnow. Right now at ADP 98.6. Like the temperature, human body temp, 98.6. That's also his draft position. He underwent Tommy John back in August of 2021 and really only pitched 2 regular season games in 2022. He did pitch one wild card game, and he pitched great. It was a scoreless outing for him. However, he also just recently got hurt 6 to 8 weeks with an oblique strain, grade 2 oblique strain, which we know when you hear oblique strains for pitchers, that can be troublesome. It's an injury that tends to linger. It tends to take longer to heal. Sometimes there's a lot of setbacks with that. So best case scenario, he returns in late April. What do you see for Glasnow's, I guess, draft stock?
So anytime with a pitcher you hear arm tightness, oblique, elbow soreness, any type of that kind of stuff, you really need to pay attention, be a little wary of it. But with Glasnow or Glasnow, because he just can't.
There's a nice dad joke for us. Love it, Tyler. Good
he
work.
just can't seem to stay healthy. It's been multiple years now where he just hasn't been quite right. The expectation was coming into this year, he was healthy. What do you know? He's hurt again with his injury history. I think the Rays are going to have kid gloves with him.
Yeah.
They're going to be very cautious. With him not starting to throw again until late April, it could be a little bit. And I just think where he's going drafted is just way too high at right around 100. I think he needs to come down 2-3 rounds into the area of Jesus Luzardo, Chris Sale, Joe Ryan, Freddie Peralta, those kind of guys. All of them are good, but they also have injury issues also. Now, Glasnow, I think, is better than those guys.
Yes.
Ability-wise, but there's so many injury concerns here.
Yeah, he's an incredible pitcher. And when I think about Rays pitchers, too, one of the things that I kind of have to remind myself is the Rays keep their pitchers on a very short leash. They pull them really fast. They don't have them going out like workhorses for a complete game ever. You see them max out at 5 innings.
And that's another part of this here and why I think the Rays are going to have kid gloves with him, because they do that. We know the Rays do weird things. They'll have an opener, then a guy, a long relief go, and then start into their bullpen. And with Glasnow, with the injury history, I think that it's going to be a slow ramp up from this particular injury.
Another pitcher that you are looking to fade, which pains my soul, Tyler, is Yankees righty Gerrit Cole, currently going at ADP about 13. 3.5 ERA, ranked 30th last year among qualified pitchers. 11.53 K per 9 rate. That was third best among starters. He's been an Iron Man, though, Tyler. I don't know. So what is your hesitation with Gerrit Cole this coming season?
He is coming as the first pitcher off the board. I just think that is too high for him. At that spot, I would rather take Burns, which his average draft position's 15, but very similar. 3.08 FIP, 11.2 Ks per 9. Whereas, Cole is 3.47 FIP, 11.5 Ks per 9. So he's right around there. And then if you don't want to go pitcher right there in that spot, which I am not, you can go another round and get guys like Woodruff, Carlos Rodon, Jacob deGrom, Dylan Cease, which all have similar FIP and K per 9 numbers as Cole. So really it's just wait another round and get one of those guys.
Exactly. All right. Well, I won't give you too hard of a time on that one going after my Yankees. Even though it feels like a personal attack. It's okay.
You already had it out with me earlier when I put his name down.
Well, my only thing is when you're looking at pitchers, he is one of the guys that just doesn't seem to really get hurt often. Although, as you mentioned, you can't really predict injuries. It happens. But he hasn't had a significant injury since 2016. He's been quite the Iron Man. He goes out there. He absolutely shoves it for the Yankees, and so he'll get the innings. He's also in a nice rotation. This season, I think, for the Yankees, he's not going to feel the burden of having to be like that guy every single day now that they got Rodon and Severino and Nestor Cortez there. I think the pressure's going to be – he's also on a team that's going to win games.
He will win games.
And the bullpen is good too. So
and you get extra points for wins.
But what you're saying is where he's being drafted is just – not quite where you would
exactly where he's being drafted. I think is a little bit too high, and then you add in guys with similar abilities going a little bit later. I would just rather take another hitter there, take one of the other pitchers and go with that. And then also to your point, you can't predict injuries, and with this best ball, you need everything to go right. You know, and any of these top guys can get hurt or could stay healthy. deGrom, we haven't seen healthy, but if he is able to at his draft spot, he's a steal.
All right. Well, those are our pitchers that we're looking to fade. How about some hitters? Starting with Phillies outfielder Kyle Schwarber at ADP 16, very high. The lefty bat .218 average last year with an .827 OPS, .504 slugging, 46 homers, .286 ISO, was third highest in baseball. We know he can mash, however, he also strikes out a ton. Yeah. The fourth highest strikeout rate at 29.9. Tyler, how do you evaluate Schwarber and his draft position as it stands right now?
Now, this is a tough one because I do like Schwarber. He is a good player. He hits really hard, but I think we're drafting him at his ceiling, which was last year.
Yeah.
He gets 10 home runs less, and you're talking about a guy that's a 4th-round pick, not a 2nd-round pick. He also is hitting leadoff, or usually hits leadoff, which is an issue when you want RBIs.
Yeah.
You know, he may get you the runs, but the RBI upside of being 100-plus RBI isn't quite there with him hitting leadoff. He's not stealing bases. So I just can't do it at his draft spot.
Yeah, at that you have to see the other categories. You have to see speed, or something else has to work in their favor. And in that case, Kyle Schwarber, I mean, we know he's got the power, but other than that, at that position, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense right there.
At least in Underdog, the strikeouts don't count against us. But overall, if he loses 10 home runs, he's a 4th, 5th-round pick, not a 2nd.
Yeah.
Which is very easy for that to happen. 36 home runs is still a really good season.
That it is. All right, let's keep it with the Phillies and go to their 2-time NL MVP, Bryce Harper, who's going to be on the shelf for quite a while. Recovering from Tommy John's on his right elbow, he's expected to return the lineup as DH by All-Star break. Yeah, that's a pretty far ways away. He's expected to return to the right field at the end of the season. Right now, ADP 66. What do you think about where he's going right now? That's awfully high.
I just realized that people are probably going to be upset that the Phillies beat my Padres in
it feels
the playoffs.
Feels like maybe you're taking a little revenge against that 2-run home run where he
that is
took
not
the Phillies
the
to the
case.
playoffs over the Padres.
That is not the case here.
Okay. It's objective.
But really, he currently does not have a real schedule to return. He is meeting with the team this week to start to develop a schedule. Now, I've heard talks about him getting into the DH in June, July, but medically, with his injury, it's 9 months post-op, which would put us to August. So I think it's doubtful he's back in June. He could be back July for the All-Star break around that time, but still, you're missing half the season. And even when he's back, how long is it going to take till he really is up to speed and being the Bryce Harper we know? So at his current ADP, it's just too high for me.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when that's basically you're banking on you're making the playoffs, and you got to get there first, people.
Totally. And if you give up your 6th-round pick, you're probably not going to get there.
All right. Lastly, we're going to a Padre. I'm surprised you're fading a Padre here, but he's a former Red Sox, which I can always support a fade on a Red Sox. Xander Bogaerts is now with the Padres, and he is going about ADP 68. Fresh off that 11-year, $280 million contract. Last season, 307 average, 833 OPS, 456 slugging, 15 home runs. But what are you not liking about Bogaerts this season, Tyler?
I'm not a huge fan of the contract that he signed for my Padres, but that's not what I'm holding against him for. I just think he is going way too high for his production. In fantasy baseball, you need speed or power.
Sure.
He doesn't really have either.
Right.
So he is a great guy with the bat. He has a lot of bat skills, but power and speed are not them. And there's a lot of guys going later in the draft, much later in the draft, with similar outputs. Jake Cronenworth going 122, another Padre here, 17 home runs. He had 1,277 underdog points last year. Bogaerts had 1,279. So you're getting, almost 60 points of ADP back getting Cronenworth. Another guy, Ty France, 20 home runs, 1,148 fantasy points on underdog last year. So several guys here going way later than Bogaerts. Bogaerts is in a great offense. Both the other guys are also.
Yeah, and Bogaerts, Beware the BABIP here because it had been exceptionally high.
Yes.
His average was 307. His BABIP was 336. That was his career. And that was at a friendly, hitter-friendly venue in Fenway.
Yeah.
And now he's going to Petco Park, where it is a notorious pitcher's park. Yeah. It has a lot to do with where the park is located, really not only the dimensions, but the fact that the air is denser close to the ocean. So he's going to be dealing with that effect as well, which I think will have a bit of a dampening effect on some of his numbers.
Absolutely.
And so we're dealing with that. And then his barrel rate has never been greater than 9.8%. As you mentioned, he doesn't have speed. He only had 33 steals between 2018 and 2022. So you can really only rely on him for the RBIs, for the runs, and the other players you mentioned could provide a little bit more value for you.
Yeah, I mean, the other guys, Cronenworth isn't the same offense. Yeah, he's going to go a little later in the batting order, but he's giving you similar upside 60 picks later. Ty France, the Seattle Mariners have a great offense. Mm-hmm. He's going to be in the heart of that order, so I think you can go with those guys later instead of Bogaerts.
All right. So make sure to, keep in mind all the information we just provided to you. And just, when you're making those drafts, got to be a little smarter and just know where the value is.
I mean, make your own calls, but it's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm having a hard time clicking any one of these guys.
All right. For more analytics and information, make sure to check out LineStarApp.com. It'll help you maximize your drafts and daily fantasy. We also have prop bets action for you on our new Props AI tools. Make sure to check that out. And also Underdog Fantasy Best Ball. Get your drafts in. We'll be drafting live here, so make sure to join us in some of our drafts. We will be tweeting out stuff where you can come and join our different drafts that we have going on. So it's so much fun. We hope you guys have fun. Make sure to download the Underdog Fantasy app and use our promo code LineStar for that $100 of your deposit match. So make sure to check that out and keep up with all the content that we're coming out with. Again, if you comment below, you're automatically entered in to win $50. We'll announce the winner on our next video. So good luck in all your best ball drafts. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Let us know who you're liking in best ball this season. We'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.